Rudy! Yes? This is somebody from Alberta, Canada. I don't know why I did the accent. They don't really talk that way. Magic the Gathering was the best hobby as a kid. Started playing and collecting at the age of 15 years old. While playing the game with the other fellow gamers, I was told about these powerful, legendary 9 cards as a kid. Black Lotus, of course, was the most brought up card. They explained how hard it was to collect them and how expensive they were. As time went on, I got older. I was able to afford to collect them, all at the ripe young age of 30 years old. It was a huge accomplishment in my personal life. Now with Magic the Gathering, it has gotten harder to collect every single card. I know, right? In the collector order with every set expansion. I unfortunately cannot keep up anymore. As I watch Alpha Investments a lot, does a lot of great things. I was advised by my good friend Kevin. Kevin Hosea. I only gave you $1. With strange ideas to reach the celebrity YouTube Rudy style. I appreciate the kindness, but I'm just a creepy Florida man. And if you'd be interested in taking on my prize collection of Power 9, decided to email Rudy with my surprise. He emailed me back and said, yes, send the tendies. Can't wait to see my old collection of Power 9 on the air of Alpha Beta's Omega Investments. So, we got ourselves a Gem Mint graded, we have a Beckett graded 6.9 Mooks Rudy. This Mooks Rudy appears to be in low mileage with one original owner, Batman. And let's take a look. So we got the first of the power. We got ourselves a what happened to the case? A very well-loved card that came... Okay, and by the way, never go by the words. Fun fact for anybody out there, we might have to crack this card out of the case. This is pretty bad. If it says excellent to mint, it means nothing. Remember that. I mean, Beckett graded 8 cards are usually played, or light played, or slight played, depending on what the details are. Obviously, this is a very well-loved card. You can even see quite heavy play wear on those corners. So, that is number 1. Next, we're going to head on over to the big 3 blue guys. So we got the old Recall, the Tomb Walk, and Twist in Your Time. So, and again, this is like the most expensive, which is always kind of funny because you never realize that. This is the best condition one out of all the power in this video. This Ancestral Recall is beautiful. I wouldn't say it's gem minty or anything. You still have wear in the corners, but this is the nicest one out of all the cards in the Power 9 set here. Absolutely stunning card. Now, when you get the old Time Walk Rooney, again, well loved. A lot of play on there. Can't really downplay that, but a beautiful, beautiful eye appeal on the front there. Again, that's one of the things about white border cards. They can hide a lot of that kind of white on the back. When you have black, you can see. And again, they were slid around. They had a lot of damage like that back in the day without sleeves. Unfortunately, the Time Twister is into the heavy played, well-loved, almost creased category. Again, the back, a lot of sliding wear and tear. From the front, the eye appeal is a lot better. Unfortunately, the worst part about this Time Twister is actually the top front middle is actually wearing off. Looks like it was almost scrubbed up here. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. There's something strange going on with the top middle there. Like you can see, where's Rudy's tool? You can actually see this area where some of the white has been removed from almost polishing or rubbing or scrubbing. So we got a beautiful, heavy played towards damage condition Time Twister there. Absolutely stunning to the eye, though. Still looks absolutely fantastic. Next, we're going to go over, here we go. Next, we're going to go over to our 5 Moccasins. Well, we already looked at the Ruby, but... So, first thing that stood out to me is check out this Sapphire, everybody. That is the most off-centered mock Sapphire I have seen, possibly ever. That is a really, really off-centered Sapphire. Really well loved. The back is also off-centered to the downside, but that front, holy cow. Look at that margin on the front there. That is a pretty wild looking card there. It's I mean, it's real, and it's definitely kind of funky there. It's just definitely gives it a very strange look, everybody. It almost like from a distance, if you glance at it real quick, you would actually think this could be like a fake Sapphire. It's a very strange looking card there, and the off centering really kind of tricks the eye and makes you really kind of freak out on there. Next, of course, the Pearl is actually one of the nicer batches on there. Absolutely very, very nice. Again, not gem mint. None of these are gradable or anything like that. You got a lot of surface scratching across it. There's a deep scratch right there. right in the middle. You can see some dents there. I see across the word magic. Here, I'll get the Rudy's tool out there. Very nice, but you can see like a really deep cut into the card. You see a lot of nicks and chips, but still, the fronts, that's a beautiful thing, is these white borders on the front from a distance especially, they look really good. Really, really nice eye appeal. Like when you hold them back like that, these things have great eye appeal. So not too much to say about these. I think some of these have some pretty heavy duty roller lines. I think I just saw one on this one. Oh God, yeah, this one is nasty. Look at that roller line. Hold on, let's get a good view for you guys. Look at that roller line. Holy smoke. That might be one of the deepest dented surface roller lines I've seen on an unlimited card in a long time. Look how deep that horizontal cut is. Holy crap. Is the back? You don't see much. Oh yeah, you can actually. It was so deeply pressed. You can actually almost see it right there. You see that? You can actually almost see. That's how deep the pressure was. That's crazy, man. That's a crazy. And yes, folks, if you send it off for grading, even if this was gem mint perfect, the grading companies are going to deduct from that. Emerald, not much to say. Just a plate emerald over here. It looks really nice there. A little corner wear, edge wear. Last but not least, everybody's waiting for is Dr. Blue Lotus over here. Take a moment to appreciate an actual black lotus that has actual play wear and has seen things, man. You got some actual damage in the corner there. You actually got a light crease in the top right corner there. You can actually see the card separation crease. Not as bad. We got some actually missing. Some of the actual black surface of the outer layer of the card missing on that corner. So we definitely have a damaged black lotus here, especially since we're actually missing some of that corner. But again, eye appeal on the front. A lot of dirt and edge wear and everything, especially. But man, that is never gets old, folks. No matter how many times I look at cards like this, it doesn't get old. And that's why I just like to kind of take a minute and take a moment to really appreciate the world famous Black Lotus. And it's always a very special moment, everybody. So next I want to jump over to a couple minutes of conversation. It's been a long time on this channel. We're wrapped up with everything since we've really talked about Power 9 in general. And this is being filmed. This is about, I think today's maybe around April 10th, April 9th, I think. I'm not sure what today's date is. So we're around mid-April 2022. And there's really not much going on. I'll be very blunt with everybody. We continue 2022 in Bizarro World where cards like this, I'm not going to say they're not desirable because that just sounds ridiculous, but cards like this are not on the move. There is not heavy volume. There's not heavy transactions and changing hands, and we're not seeing a lot of bids tick up. We're not seeing any downward pressure. It's just dead money. It's just flat. And to some people like me, I think that's great. I kind of enjoy it. To other people out there who bought them or intention to flip or maybe a 0% for 6 or 12 months on a credit card, and they bought them a couple months ago, and they're kind of burning the clock, hoping to do a flip or something on a market uptick. Obviously, any form of leverage and borrowed money and things like that is a very risky play because, well, in markets like this, well, I mean, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think there's any upside to Power 9 in the near term. In the near term, I'm not saying a couple years from now they're going to be lower. It's all going to zero, proxies. You know, I mean, I don't have a lab coat. I'm not on Reddit with fancy glasses. But I am telling you all, the market, to be very blunt, the market conditions are just flat. There's no money being made. You can't buy a Black Lotus today or even some played mocks, graded or raw. Like I said, you know, and for me, anything that's graded less than a 9, anything 8, 7, 6, 5, this is just a raw card, a raw played card. There's nothing really, you know, beneficial to have it graded. I mean, I guess if you sell it on eBay or anything, at least it's already authenticated. But to me, financially speaking, I don't really see much difference there. So I just want to lay that out there. But to wrap up this video, I do want to say very clearly, when the day comes, I don't know if that's going to be in 6 months, a year from now, this time next year, 5 years, when the day comes that we have another market uptick, it's probably going to be very Fast and Furious. And I'm talking OG Fast and Furious, Paul Walker, the first 1, 2, 3 when it was actually Fast and Furious. Not all these new movies where it's just silly stuff and they're like flying through the sky and like space shooting, just goofy stuff. The original, it's going to be quick moving. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to catch everybody off guard, because this is what happens is we go through these periods of time where nothing happens and people get complacent. They get lazy, they get bored, and they just stop paying attention. And I think that's where we are right now. There's no excitement in Power 9. Like, seriously, when you look at the views in this video, compare it to the views of other topics, or drama, or new release Magic sets, or Streets of Copacabana with Dr. Barry Manilow, or Kamigawa Collectors. Look at the view difference. You will see the market conditions will even reflect the views and the attitude of everybody else. And I'm telling you, the market conditions are going to show you that people aren't going to be interested in listening, discussing, or looking at cards like this right now, because there's no money. And no matter what anyone wants to tell you, the secondary market is driven by greed and money. And that is part of any form of ecosystem. And everybody has to get along. Players, collectors, evil investors, LGSs, distributors, taco people, basement people, X's, Teslas in space, and of course, Bezos. That creates the ecosystem and the economy. And right now you're seeing that, the market is telling me by views and comments, and people don't care about this stuff right now. That's why you haven't seen a lot of discussions on old cards and reserve list buyouts. I kind of talk about it here and there, but there's all the activity remains in like Alliances, Tempest, and just the Dark, and just kind of reserve list cards that are kind of less than $50. There's a lot of activity there, a lot of cards changing hands. I'm not complaining about it because I have exposure to those asset classes, but it's just something that I'm not really excited about. It's interesting to watch it unfold, but that's where we are, folks. That is the reality of April, which is Q2 of 2022. The reality is it's calm, and it's quiet, and usually that's what happens before a storm.